我に力を。風が吹きこの一矢で十分。我々はとうに嵐の踏み入った守るべき者のために打ち崩せ。
槍先に火を。炎の槍を助け。大地を割れ。
I gotta say, I'm having so much fun using Fire Trailblazer as a DPS, and I'm really excited to finally give you this video. One of the biggest advantages to using him, or her, if you pick Stelle? Anyway, Fire MC provides just enough survivability to keep your team alive, so you can just run 3 Harmony, or even mix it up and add a debuffer or sub DPS. But he's pretty flexible, and I'm really glad I gave his crit / hyper carry build a shot. There's still room for improvement, of course, especially with relics. And he's only level 70 out of 80, which for defense, and I guess he scales off attack too. But these kinds of characters, it's actually quite a big deal. So I'll show my build at the end as always, but let's see how this battle plays out. If you enjoy this kind of content, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Only 5.9% of you are subscribed, which is a lot lower than average, but I'm optimistic it'll go up, so I'd appreciate it a lot. As always, I try my best to find out what you want to see next, and according to our recent poll, we've got March 7th and DPS Natasha coming up for sure, so stay tuned. Leave all your suggestions in the comments as well, and I will be going through them. The only limitation is how much resources it takes to build each character. I've said this before, but I swear I'm raising a child every time I'm building a character. It takes so much Trailblaze energy, and I guess that's the rewarding part of it once you finish, once you've put in all the work. But my goodness. In Genshin, I've got like 15 million more just sitting there with no one to use it on. If only we could transfer those over. But, oh well. I do gotta say though, again, Fire Trailblazer, absolutely worth every penny. And honestly, I just love using the MC in a game and see them actually do something. I'm not salty about Hydro Traveler at all. Hopefully Trailblazer's kits in the future don't suffer that same fate. I do really like using the main character, and hopefully we get some more interesting builds. And no, I don't hate Hydro Traveler. I am using Hydro Lumine when I'm exploring. I don't care how weak she is. I just, yeah, it's too bad. Now you might have noticed, wow, you're using Bronya, Asta, and Tingyan. Don't get me wrong, this is an insane team, but Fire MC is still the star, doing by far the most damage on the team. Yes, he's the recipient of all these buffs, but these aren't really, like, what is the point of doing these builds? They're not to flaunt a unit's strengths, it's just to show what's possible. If you're a MC lover or you really want to make them work, it's definitely possible. Like you can see, Trailblazer can do it. It might be difficult, might be a lot harder than other characters, but if you put in the work, it's possible. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Now, Asta has been doing a good amount of sub DPS damage, and that's something that I am pretty happy about. I've given Asta a level 11 skill, so even though she doesn't have the greatest scalings, her sub DPS contribution isn't bad, so when I do showcases like this, she can kind of help with the total team damage output. This is starting to get dicey, and luckily though, we have a good amount of fire toughness break, which is one other thing that Fire Trailblazer excels at. The enhanced basic breaks 60 toughness bar on the primary target and 30 on adjacent, and the alt breaks 60 on all targets, which is just, it's nice for cheesing certain mechanics and playing around survivability as well. But yeah, I think the Decaying Shadows, if you don't deal with them, the one turn where they both use their massive attack, I just noticed this now. The little spear sword thingies on their back is how many stacks they have. I didn't even notice that before, but That's actually really cool. But yeah. Wait, is it? So the right one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe? I think they start with 9. Oh, it is. Right? And then every time you attack them, they lose 1. Can you make them lose more than 1 a turn or no? I don't think so, but if they have full stacks and they're attacking you, you're pretty much dead. Especially without an actual tank. Like, MC is giving them a few shields, but this thing, oh. And especially if it stuns you. We get a bit lucky here, and we're still alive, but damn, this is getting really close. Luckily, they are almost done. My speed tuning is not perfect here. Like, often I had MC go right after Bronya, and then Bronya's advancing him forward. It's a little unfortunate, but not much we can really do. I haven't really thought too much about speed tuning yet. Because realistically, I'm going to be using Fire MC as kind of a sub DPS in most teams. I'm still going to have him on crit, because I don't feel like you need full defense on him. His shields are just not significant enough for you to focus on them entirely. He can still provide good survivability, and his skill actually comes in clutch a lot of the time, but yeah, he's mostly there as a breaker. You can try using a break effect build on him, which is something I'm considering as well, but I just like seeing big numbers. That's why I do these things. I think most people are in the same boat, but this is pretty much over. We got that broken, and we should be able to finish this off in the next attack. So, Memory of Chaos 10, Fire Trailblazer, main DPS. Of course, got a stack team behind him, but 4 cycles, not too shabby if you ask me. Finally, we're at his build, and you'll see exactly what I've been cooking. He's got 100 speed, but you know, that's okay. Moment of victory. I'm sure the Battle Pass Light Cone would be better. You can see the scaling here is actually quite good. You don't see any attack scaling, but you'll see it from, or defense scaling rather. This is 150% defense is a lot. But yeah, relics, again, I do want to use 2-piece Purity Palace instead of Musketeer. I don't know what the best planar set is. E1, more scaling to the basic with defense and more defense increase. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed as always. Build your Fire MC, or don't. But with that being said, I will see you next time.